We begin this hour with a free speech emergency. YouTube, Facebook, these are all platforms. They all have the ability on their platform. Purported to be platform.
Attention! Attention, everyone! This is a free speech emergency. Now today, on my Professor Redrockets YouTube show, I'm going to be responding to a video put out by, Ben Shapiro. So basically, the backstory for this video is that this guy named Carlos Maza, who as far as I can tell is sort of a milquetoast Vox / BuzzFeed type commentator guy, well, basically, he got Steven Crowder banned from YouTube. And what Ben is supposed to be doing is making a case in defense of Steven Crowder and against the ban. But I found this video really hard to respond to because every other sentence, it seems like, Ben just undermines his own case. So we're going to start off with some clips of this. And Ben's going to start off describing some of the situation for you here.
Great offense at the fact that every time Steven Crowder referred to him or one of his videos, he referred to him with what I will say the Q word. Now, the reason that I say the Q word here is because I don't know, the rules change every 5 minutes. I don't know when the word queer is considered insulting and when it is not. Frankly, I just don't understand the rules, so I'm...
Okay, for those of you in the audience today, this one's a really common question that everybody asks. The answer is you have to avoid the hard R. Just say queer. Whenever you want to say queer, don't! Just say queer and it's okay. For instance, Ben Shapiro is a giant cum-guzzling queer. See? That doesn't sound so bad.
I'm just going to go with Q word because I don't understand the rules. Because Maza himself calls himself queer all the time. Maza got YouTube to pull the advertising from the beginning of Crowder's clips, to demonetize his entire channel. The entire channel, because Carlos Maza was personally offended because Steven Crowder called him a name. Now, this is horse crap. Okay, I promise you, I have been called more names than Carlos Maza, and it ain't close.
Ben Shapiro, Ben Crap Weirdo, Skin Tag Pilo, Thin Rat Guido, Ben Scat Edo, Ben Hat Wero, Bent Bat Rero, Bitch Twat Sucko, Quim Cashmiro.
Yeah, I've taken far more abuse from mainstream media figures than
Dildo,
Carlos Maza, and it is not a close call at all. I have never called for any
Red Scat Bebo,
TV platform. I've never called for anyone to be demonetized. I've defended people who differ from me politically, from
Thick-ass Bucko,
Alex Jones and Milo Yiannopoulos when it comes to deplatforming.
Bendet Sucktoes, Tick Rat Fleero, Dick-ass Tiro. Now at this point, Ben shows a clip of Mark Manza, or whatever his fucking name is, making a case against Crowder. And actually, compared to Ben, even though I don't agree with Manza, he actually has some pretty good points. He makes a fairly good case.
Now, let me point out who Carlos Maza is. He is a radical activist masquerading as a journalist. Milkshake them all about people he disagrees with. Milkshake them all. Humiliate them at every turn. Make them...
I actually started out hating this guy, but now I kind of like him.
Now, all of this should be deeply disturbing. YouTube is moving up its move to basically ban videos. According to the New York Times, YouTube announced plans on Wednesday to remove thousands of videos and channels that advocate neo-Nazism, white supremacy, and other bigoted ideologies.
This is what I'm talking about. How do I even argue against this guy? I don't even support Crowder's ban, but at the same time, everything Ben Shat Weirdo says is making YouTube's case seem more and more reasonable. It's crazy!
They are going to fit a lot in that other bigoted ideology section. They're going to declare everything they don't like, other bigoted ideologies. The new policy will ban videos alleging that a group is superior in order to justify discrimination, segregation, or exclusion, the company said in a blog post.
And that's not bigoted at all! What are they doing? Oh my god!
The
What
prohibition
the
will also
fuck
cover
is
videos
wrong
denying that
with
violent
you,
incidents
bin
like
scat
the massacre at
weirdo?
Sandy Hook Elementary took place. YouTube did not name any specific channels or videos that would be banned.
Uh-oh, Kim Kardashian looks really concerned.
But within an hour of YouTube announcing this, they banned an independent journalist who simply did an interview with Richard Spencer.
The end of every fucking sentence! Oh my god! Ben, what the fuck is wrong with you? Can you not make a single argument without refuting yourself right away? Oh my fucking god!
The censors are coming.
Wow, I remember back in the day when bans were reserved for real monsters like the Amazing Atheist, but now they're banning people for Nazi stuff. This is crazy, YouTube. I'm putting my foot down right here.
Led by people like Carlos Maza. They are coming for the content that you like.
Oh no, not my screwdriver records!
According to the New York Times, the tension was evident on Tuesday when YouTube said a prominent right-wing creator who used racial language and homophobic slurs to harass a journalist in videos on YouTube did not violate its policy. So YouTube was then ripped. I love how the New York Times describes Crowder. He is a comedian. He does stand-up comedy shows. His show is a comedy show. They never describe him as a comedian.
My respect for the New York Times just went up a billionfold.
Because if they described him as a comedian, then they would have to come clean with the fact that YouTube and the left are perfectly willing to give free license to anybody on the left who calls themselves a comedian. Like, for example, here is a montage of comedians ripping President Trump in some of the most vile terminology. Any move towards censoring these folks on YouTube or demonetizing them? Here's Stephen Colbert.
You talk like a sign language gorilla who
I actually agree with Ben on this one. YouTube, if you're listening right now, please ban Stephen Colbert now before he ruins comedy forever.
None of that's going to get banned, of course.
Which is a damn fucking shame.
They want everybody who is not a radical leftist to go away. This is what they want. And they will go after advertisers and try to destroy them. They will go after platforms and try to destroy those too. They do not give a damn. They do not give a fig about free speech at all. They don't care about platforms existing where we can have conversations. And this is why I'm calling on you today. I need you to subscribe to our show over at dailywire.com. Now listen, it sounds self-serving.
See, every time I have a point against this guy, he just comes up and makes it himself. This is no fun. This is agony.
And I'd love to have you subscribe for a variety of reasons, including the fact we bring you
And
really
so the
great
rest
material.
of the video is basically just a pledge drive. There's not a whole lot else to it. So in summary, this was a really, really difficult response to make, you guys. Because apparently not only is everything Ben Shapiro does and says, from his weird high-pitched elf voice to his nervous, fidgety demeanor, just completely zany and ridiculous, but he also constantly undermines his own point. Every time Ben said something I would have agreed with, he followed it up with something completely stupid that damaged his case. I honestly don't even know how to respond to this video because it's, on one hand, I don't actually agree with Steven Crowder being banned. To me, it just seems like shallow YouTube drama being played for political points. And generally speaking, I think as little censorship as possible is the optimal way to go. But Ben is so bad at making a case against censorship. I honestly feel sorry for anyone who'd be targeted by this. So please, if you're on the right and you're tired of a weird, fidgety doofus trying to defend you, consider me, Professor Redrockets. I'm way less of a loser than that guy. And I'm an avid opponent of censorship and a champion of free speech with a PhD. So go with me and together we'll yip it in the bud. Ruff, 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 ruff. I'm Professor Redrockets and this has been a Redrockets production.